We have a new Dogmatika card announced for the next V-Jump promo, and this is on top of everything else that is already planned in the branded universe with cards potentially in Doom of Dimensions, cards in the new structure decks, the anime doing well, and yeah, this is just Christmas. Christmas over here on the Galzo channel. We have a new Dogmatika monster that we'll talk about all in today's video. What are the meanings? What are the implications? The lore questions of this card. There's a lot to talk about, actually. Now, this is Dogmatika Chaplain. It is going to be a V-Jump promo, which means that it's going to be released in the V-Jump magazine, which also means, unfortunately, potentially, right? Like, everything could change all the time, but potentially this means that this card is not going to make it to the TCG soon because it's not a part of any main set. So it's going to be, it will be jammed into a side set possibly, or imported in a main set, but we really don't have any way of knowing when that's going to happen. So Dogmatika Chaplain, it's a new Dogmatika card. It looks like Dogmatika Ashen. We'll talk about everything that means. It's a level 8 light monster, and I was very surprised to see that. I was thinking, yeah, we're going to get the support in the sets that we are meant to get the support in, but yeah. The effect is going to be revealed on August 7th, which is about 3 weeks from now, which is a lot to wait. I don't know if there's a Fallen and Virtuous episode until then, but if there is, expect a reaction and a breakdown. So, a few things that we can say about this card without any effect or anything. Like, obviously, it's a level 8 and it's a light, which kind of works well within the Dogmatika world. They're all lights, and level 8s, they're either level 8s or 4s because the ritual monsters are also level 8s or 4s or 12s. Now, it does look the most like Dogmatika Ashian, but it also had this white flowing hair that kind of fits in with a different character from the story. So we really have nothing to base this effect on, right? Like, this is going to be a Dogmatika retrain. It's going to be like an end of lore character, possibly, right? And the Dogmatika, they're supposed to be dead, right? Based on the story, based on the movie that, if you haven't watched the lore movie on my channel, do that. They're supposed to be all gone. But what I'm thinking right now based off of this is that, obviously, first of all, we have, I'm going to jump into the database here. We have Dogmatika Ashian, right? Dogmatika Ashian, this is what it looks like with this claws, the mask. It basically, everything kind of works, right? It's a level 8, it's a light. We can expect like a spellcaster and these types of stats here. But the difference is the hair, right? And the hair is something that we've seen on another character, which is Ad libitum of Despia. Not in this artwork specifically, but if you look at the artwork of Etude of the Branded, it's unmasked there, and you can see the flowing white hair. And as you can see here with the claws and the level and the attack and defense, even 1500, 2000, it's inverted from Dogmatika Ashian. This is basically a retrain of Ad libitum back in his Dogmatika form, possibly, right? So let's read over what Dogmatika Ashian does, because I think this could be a hint on what we should be expecting, because it's not a bad card, but it's kind of a bad card. So if a fusion, synchro, exceeds or link monster or monsters is sent to the graveyard, period, except for the damage step, which is important, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned from the hand, you can target one Dogmatika card in your graveyard, except Ashian, add it to your hand, which basically is like nothing. It relies on the opponent doing stuff, yeah. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can make all Dogmatika monsters you control gain 500 attack. So it's sort of like the same as Fleur-de-Lis, right? Only the other way around. That is it. That is the whole effect. Now, if you're talking about Ad libitum was seeing play for a long time in Despia, obviously. It also gains attack, which now you can kind of see the connection to Ashian, right? It does have an effect that can gain attack. It's the secret effect of Ad libitum, for sure. But if it's used as fusion material, you can target a Despia monster or a level 8 or higher fusion monster that is banished in the graveyard and special summon them. Very good card, very, very good card, part of the original end board. Now, a few of my expectations for Chaplain, right? Needs to be a quick effect to summon from the hand. Like, we're not summoning level 8s here for, like, no reason. Like, they all should special summon themselves from the hand, sorry. Now, there's a few things that I want. One, obviously, you can search it off of Nadir Servant. So it should probably be... Like, 2000 attack is kind of a lot to be able to search from Nadir Servant. It kind of needs to be 1500 attack. Like Ecclesia and Maximus. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to search. Because you're not going to be able to send Garura and draw a card. That's if that's a Dogmatika card, even. Again, if it's a Dogmatika card, then I kind of want it to work with Matrix. Like, for example, if... no, that doesn't really work. But the bottom line is that I want this card to be able to special summon itself. If it doesn't have a good effect for Branded, then it needs to special summon itself to the opponent's side of the field. Which kind of makes sense, because in the story and in the anime, like the Tri-Brigades are kind of fighting the Ashian are kind of trying to like hunt down Ecclesia. So they're kind of like enemies. So for this beautiful card, like this card is so good, Dogmatika Matrix, you can add Dogmatika Ritual or Spell, but if your opponent controls a monster, you can also add another Dogmatika card. So right now, like the way I've been doing this is like Ken and Gen, but this needs to happen like, you know, it kind of needs to happen more naturally. And then finally, I think if it is a branded card, then potentially it needs to work with Granguignol. Like, obviously you can special summon any Dogmatika monster from deck with Granguignol, but if it has a good branded effect, then it's actually worth playing in branded, right? If this is something that is like, if it has any ties with Despia monsters or anything like that, then maybe there could be a connection there. All in all, I think I'm really, really happy that they're going in the Dogmatika angle, because I've been playing Dogmatika as competitively as possible. I think probably the only person who's been able to do that to some capacity, right? Just because I love the lore, obviously, and the deck is like kind of spicy sometimes when you hit it right. Right now with no Fenrir, like Fenrir was the biggest enemy of this deck, but to be honest, like now Fenrir is kind of out of the meta, so maybe it's a good time to do that. So this is Dogmatika Chaplain. I was going to say Ashian. Chaplain or Cleric or whatever they're going to call it. And the effect is still secret, but we'll keep on updating on the theories and the effects here on the channel. And I think that this is the start. This is the start of something really, really exciting. And we're going to be in for a wild ride, and I'll be covering it all. Trust me. So don't worry. If you're subscribed, you will be getting everything that you need to know. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below on whether you're a cold coffee in the morning person or hot coffee in the morning person, because now it's summer and it's kind of hot. So I'm having like espresso on ice because, you know, European vibes. But let me know, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.